Okay, so I am driving now on the finally completed Interstate 29 project through Sioux City. The project has taken, well, at least 11 years now, 12 years, but I'm driving north. And so this is the first exit. This is the Sioux Gateway Airport Sergeant Bluff exit. Again, the project started, I think, in 2007, 2008, and they just announced that it has finally been completed, with the exception of a few small things for next year. But all of the pavement has now been completely redone. All of the exits, the off-ramps, the on-ramps, everything has been completed. So this is the first exit, 141. You'll see that the bridge in front of me, the overpass, is kind of the design, color scheme of all of the exits going forward. Some of the stuff that remained, you'll still see in green, and I don't think they're going to paint anything, but most everything once we get to downtown will be all in that scheme. It'll look a little bit better downtown. That's painted. The downtown exits have brick. So it looks a little classier. For this project, we never had any overhead signs that had messaging. Apparently that didn't have any messaging, but it's new there. So the next exit is Singing Hills Boulevard and the Bridgeport Industrial Park. So this exit up here has really developed a lot since I left town in 2002. Today is December the 13th, 2019. So basically right now, this is 2 lanes, but you'll see that there's a whole lane to the left there with the yellow stripe. This technically could be a 3-lane road. It will get wider as we get closer to downtown. But a lot of the stuff here hasn't changed. Just to the right there is Coca-Cola. My dad used to work there. But now we're in the 3-lane road here. As you can see, it's made it 3 lanes both sides. So this is a lot bigger than it once was. And the speed limit here is 65. And it says it's photo enforced. So they have these little machines that can monitor the speed, I guess. The next exit that we have is 2075. This is an existing intersection, interchange. Nothing was really changed to it. They may have expanded some on and off ramps to make it a little easier for traffic to get on and off the highway. But the next project, if you go to the west here, is Interstate 129 in Nebraska. To the right will take you up along the east side of Sioux City. Apparently starting next year, they're going to have a 2-year project to replace like 4 or 5 miles of Interstate 129 into South Sioux City. There's a sign for 129. So that's going to cause some traffic snarls for the people in South Sioux City. And so, yeah, that should be interesting. But again, you'll notice these are still green. This is the existing interchange. Nothing really was changed as far as the structural portion of this piece of it. But pretty much everything else, now that we've gone past this, has been replaced. So it's a totally new bridges, overpasses, underpasses, the whole thing from this point forward. For those of you that aren't from Sioux City, if you look to the right there, you'll see an obelisk. That's the Floyd Monument. Charles Floyd, part of the Lewis and Clark expedition, died around here, and that is his monument. The only member of the Lewis and Clark expedition to actually die. He died on the way, if I'm not mistaken, to the west, and he died of appendicitis, is what I think they said. So you'll see right now we have 3 lanes of traffic still going north. And now the interchanges, I don't even know what they are, what they're going to be. I can't recall. I'm going to take the Hamilton Boulevard exit, so we're going to go through downtown, and then Hamilton Boulevard is next. But they just finished this. I think they've got this all ready to go now that all the lanes are open. There is one thing. There was some homeless people that were underneath of an overpass almost by the Veterans Bridge, and they started a fire with a propane tank. And yeah, the bridge that goes over the creek had some significant damage. So yeah, not good. Not sure why we're down to 50 here, but I'm trying to lower my speed. And we're in December, so for those of you that aren't from around here, it's December, they've had some snow. And I say, no, not my thing, but it is what it is. So if you grew up here in the 80s and 90s, you'll know that to the right, you would normally see John Morrell. And so John Morrell is no longer here. They tore it down, they closed the plant. What you see being built ahead, wow, that's pretty big. This is the first time I've been home since they started this project. So this is going to be the new Siouxland Expo Center. It's going to be about 140,000 square feet for indoor soccer events. So that looks pretty cool, actually. Wow. That'll be really imposing once it opens up. And just ahead is downtown. So this is the Floyd Boulevard, Virginia Street exit. They've basically taken the old Dace Avenue exit that was here and turned it into a different exit. So there's that. Looks like they're still working on things on the other side. But as you can see, there's plenty of lanes. There's supposed to be 4 lanes through Sioux City, downtown area. But there's home, downtown, for me anyway. This is where I grew up. It's totally changed. Lots of the same, but still a lot of new. So I'm going to get over. So yeah, there's the highway. Here you can see there's a lot of lanes, but the casino's coming up. That's the old auditorium. There's downtown. And we're coming up on Wesley Parkway, the Veterans Memorial Bridge. There's the old auditorium. On the other side of it's Tyson Event Center. Opened up just after I left. There's the Hard Rock Casino behind it. So there's the Hard Rock. You can see the guitar. And so then we're going around here. This is where the vagrant, the homeless took the bridge and caught it on fire. So we're going over apparently a secured portion of that. And now we're going to Hamilton Boulevard, which is a very wide exit right now. So now we're on Hamilton Boulevard. You can see that the highway goes all the way to the South Dakota border. The only other exit after this is Riverside Boulevard, and that's not, I'm not going that way. So anyway, as you can see, this is kind of a zigzaggy of a mess. This could be an accident-prone section. I don't know what they're doing here. But anyway, that is I-29.